So the person to whom it is so transferred becomes entitled to the money, also to the right of further transfer it. It is always payable on demand and not otherwise. So that is a very important feature of check. Endorsement is a signature, right? You need to endorse it, they say. You need to sign it. Signature, which is used to legally transfer a negotiable instrument from one party to another party. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Rate College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the fourth chapter, and this chapter is very important chapter because we have negotiable instruments. There are three negotiable instruments I told you before. Now which are the three, you will understand. So the first is what exactly negotiable instrument is. You can get a question of 2 marks, that is what is negotiable instrument. So negotiable instrument is a piece of paper which entitles a person to sum of money and which is transferable from person to person by mere delivery or by endorsement and delivery, both. It can go with endorsement as well as delivery. So the person to whom it is so transferred becomes entitled to the money, also to the right of further transfer it. They have the right to transfer it. Thus, negotiable instrument plays a major role in the trade world. All the trade world, whether you go with India, Sri Lanka, US, China, Russia, Ukraine, or any place, negotiable instrument plays a very important role. So here, when we go with this negotiable instrument, we should also understand there is an act called Negotiable Instrument Act. And everything should be done because of the NIA, that is Negotiable Instrument Act. So what are the features? The first thing is it acts like a property. It defects in title, payable to certain person. It has a right, payable to order, payable to bearer. Whom will they pay? To the bearer. Then the payment will happen and there should be what? Consideration. So whenever we studied the word contract, we had that, right? There are two parties, they come under, but there should be something called consideration. Without consideration, that becomes a charity. So there should be what? Consideration. Why will they give? So there should be a consideration. So what are the kinds of negotiable instrument we have? We have three. The first one is the promissory note, bills of exchange, and then we have checks. So promissory note, bills of exchange, and checks, these are the three kinds of negotiable instrument. Next is promissory note. What exactly it is? So the definition according is, I told you, right, Negotiable Instrument Act. So that is the 1881 Negotiable Instrument Act. So the definition according to that is Section 13 of Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. A promissory note is an instrument in writing, not being a bank note or a currency note. Please don't understand. Somebody writes on note, that is a promissory note. No, that is not a promissory note, right? Containing an unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of amount to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. A person who's a bearer of the instrument, right? They actually go with it. So this is the promissory note. I'll explain to you once again. A promissory note according to what? Section 13. You see, even if you leave this section 13, if you don't want to write it, no issues, because we are not law students, right? But just understand, promissory note, section 13. What exactly act? NIA, that is NIA of 1881. They say that a promissory note is an instrument in writing that contains what? An unconditional undertaking. They should write it. Signed by the maker. Whoever makes the negotiable instrument, that is a promissory note, they should sign it. And then what exactly? To a person, to the bearer they are supposed to give. So that is promissory. Next is bills of exchange. Again the bills of exchange, if you go with it, we have that NIA 1881. Why am I writing this many a times because I want you people to remember this. According to section 5 of NIA, the bills of exchanges, a bill of exchange is an instrument. See, promissory note is also an instrument, bill of exchange is also an instrument. In writing, containing an unconditional order signed by the maker, directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of certain person or the bearer of instrument, it is called a draft. It is also called what? Draft. Same. See, everything is what? The same kind of a thing. So little twist is there, which I'll tell you later part. Next is check. The third negotiable instrument is what? Checks. So here, section 6. See, bills of exchange, section 5. Checks, section 6. Promissory note, section 13 of NIA 1881. A check is defined as a bill of exchange drawn on a specified banker. You have a specified banker and not expressed to be payable otherwise than on demand. Thus, a check is a bill of exchange with two added features. First is it is always drawn on specified banker. Specified banker. HDFC means HDFC only. It is always payable on demand and not otherwise. So that is a very important feature of check. Endorsement. See, I was telling you the other sessions, endorsement is very, very important because it can come for a 2 marks and a 10 marks question. Endorsement is a signature, right? You need to endorse it, they say. You need to sign it. Signature which is used to legally transfer a negotiable instrument from one party to another party. You need to give a consent. This means signing one's name on negotiable instrument like bills of exchange, promissory note or a check with a view to transfer the interest, right, property or title of the instrument to another person. That is called endorsement. So types of endorsement. What are the types of endorsement? There are different types of endorsement. First is blank endorsement, full endorsement, restrictive endorsement, conditional endorsement, sans recourse endorsement, and facultative endorsement. So these are the types of endorsement, and in the sessions coming, we'll be explaining more about these topics of what exactly a blank endorsement. Say example now, blank endorsement, they'll not write the name. Full endorsement, they'll write completely. Restrictive endorsement, there are some restrictions in that endorsement. In the names only, you will be able to understand this. Next, why it is essential, right? It must be on the negotiable instrument. Signature may be made on any part of the instrument. It must be made by the maker or holder of the instrument. A stranger cannot endorse it. A stranger cannot endorse it. He cannot do it. It must be signed by the endorser only. If thumb impression, that should be attested, yes, we can accept it. Because say many of Indians, those days, they were not educated, right? So thumb impression is also being considered, right, for endorsement. So these are the essentials. Next is, in the same essentials of endorsement, you are supposed to know it may be made either by endorser merely signed his name on the instrument or by any word showing an intention to endorse or transfer. It can happen. It must be completed by delivery of the instrument. It should be what? Delivered of the instrument. The delivery must be made by endorser himself or by somebody on his behalf if he gives a permission. It must be made, or it must be an endorsement of the entire bill. It can't be like partial. It should be what? Entirely. So these are the essentials. If any doubt in this session, please do ask us. We're always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you. Thank you.